Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. All right, so I'm going to show you the materials that we need for today. So you need your white paper. At the top, you're going to write Wednesday. Then you're writing your name. Then you're going to write the date, which is 4/8/20. You're going to write it 1 and then a line in the middle and then number 2. On the back, you're going to write 3, a line in the middle, and then 4. And then on your last page, you're going to write exit ticket at the top. This is something you will do when you're finished watching my video, and you will take a picture of just your exit ticket and put it onto Seesaw. All right, so let's get started with number 1. All right, so for number 1, you are going to draw a box for your word problem, and then you're going to write answer with a long line. Okay, so I'm going to read number 1. Malcolm had 65 toy cars. Then he gave away some to his friends. Now he has 14 toy cars. How many toy cars did he give away to his friends? Write a number sentence to match the problem. So you're going to do a little box up here so you can write your number sentence. And I want you to read the sentence one by one so that you can figure out what you're going to do for your number sentence. Okay, so it says Malcolm had 65 toy cars. So I'm going to start with 65. Then he gave away some to his friends. So when you give away something, you don't have it anymore, you're going to subtract. And it says some, so it didn't give us a number. We're going to put a question mark. And now he has 14 toy cars. So I'm going to put equals 14. You're going to label your total and your parts. Your total always goes before the minus sign. And these are the parts. So we're actually missing a part. So right now you're going to figure out how you're going to find your missing part. All right, I'm going to start with my part, which is 14, and I'm going to keep counting up, and I'm going to stop when I get to 65, which is my total. So I'm not drawing 6 10s and 5 1s, because then I would be adding my total and my part. That would not be good. You're going to add and stop when you get to 65. So I'm going to use 10 sticks first to make it a little bit quicker. So I'll put 1 10 stick here. 14 plus 10 is 24. If you look at the tens place, you can see that it went up. The ones are staying the same. Now I'm going to add another 10 stick because I'm not at 65 yet. 34. 44. 54. If I add another 10 stick, I'm going to get to 64. And it wouldn't get me to pass my total yet, so that would actually work. Now to get to 65, all I need to do is draw one circle. 64, 65. Whatever I drew here is my missing part, so now I have to count what I just drew. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51. Now you can write a number sentence that matches your work. It's okay if it's different from mine. So I did 14 plus 51 equals 65, which is our total. Now you can answer this in a complete sentence. How many toy cars did he give away to his friends? Okay, so Malcolm gave away 51 toy cars to his friends. All right, we're going to move on to question number 2. At the top, you're going to write 7 hundreds, 10 tens, and 5 ones. Because that's exactly what you're going to need to draw for this problem. So again, at the top, you're only writing for the directions 7 hundreds, 10 tens, and 5 ones. If you need more time, you can pause the video now. Okay. What does 7 hundreds, 10 tens, and 5 ones equal? Draw a picture and label your work. Okay, so right now, you are going to draw all of this out, and then you're going to count it up and see what it equals. Remember, if you can regroup, you should do that so you can make the counting easier. All right, I'm going to start drawing. So we have 7 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to leave the labeling last so I can see if I can regroup. And then I have 10 tens. Oh, I know 10 tens equals 100. So I'm just going to draw the 10 tens really close together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to box it and put an equal sign and count that as another 100. And then I have 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I can count it up. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800. Now we're counting by ones, so only the ones place is changing. So 801, 802, 803, 804, and 805. So hopefully you got that answer. Okay, it's time for our dance break.
I need to be honest, it was for the better. Every day is perfect for a lifelong celebration. Go
All right, that was so much fun. Let's move on to number 3. At the top, you're going to write greatest to least because that's how you're going to write your numbers. The first number is 375. The next number is 241. Then it's 357. 214, and then you're going to draw 4 lines. And we're doing greatest to least. All right. It says write these numbers from greatest to least. So something that I like to do is I just like to remind myself that I'm putting the greatest number here and the least number here. Then you're going to put HTO because a good strategy to do is to look at your hundreds place to see which one is the greatest one. Okay, so you're going to take some time to decide which one's the greatest one. Remember, if you have the same amount of hundreds, then you're going to have to look at the tens place. You can get started. Okay, so I'm going to look at the hundreds place for all my numbers. I have 3 hundreds here, 2, 3, and then 2. Well, I'm looking for the greatest amount, so I'm going to look at these two numbers because 3 hundreds is more than 200. So I'm only looking at these two. All right, now I need to look at the tens place. So I have 5 tens here and 7 tens here. So which number am I going to put first? Right, so I would put 375. I'm going to cross that out. Now you should automatically know which number comes next because this has the most hundreds compared to these numbers. So we're going to put 357 next. All right, let's look at these two. Okay, so they have the same amount of hundreds. They have 2 hundreds. Now we have to look at the tens place. We only have 1 10 here and 4 tens here. The greatest amount of tens would be from this number. So we're going to put 241 here. And now we know that 214 is the least number. Okay, let's go on to question number 4. So you're going to write most of the directions for this one because it's pretty easy. So at the top, you're going to write count up by fives. This is for number 4. Count up by fives. After you do that, you're going to write 385 with 4 lines, 4 blank lines. Then the last number you will write 410. For the next one, under that, you're going to write 695, 4 blank lines, and then 720. If you need more time, you can look at my chart. Okay, so it says count up by fives for each. So when we're counting by fives, looking at the ones place, we know that we always see the pattern 5 0 5 0 5 0. So just keep that in mind. And you're just counting by fives. This is something that we already know how to do. So don't let the hundreds place scare you. So what I want you to do right now is just this first part. And then we'll go over it together when you're done. Okay, so we have 385. Now I know there's a 0 in the ones place for this next part. So 385, 390, 395. Oh, I'm really close to the next 100, so that's going to be 400. Now I'm starting to count by fives over again. So 405. And then 410. All right, so now I want you to do this next part by yourself. Okay, so 695, the next 100 is 700. And the only reason why we're close to that is because if you add 5 to this, you're going to get 700. Now we start over again. 705, 710, 715, 720. Okay, now what you're going to do is you are going to take that paper out where we wrote exit ticket at the top. And on the screen right now, I'm going to show you what your exit ticket is for today. You are not solving the exit ticket right now. You're just writing out what the problem is. If you need more time, you can pause the video. Okay, so some of you sent me some of your dance moves, so I'm actually going to show that right now. Such great dance moves. If you want your dance moves to be in my video, just send them to your teachers or me and I'll put it right in. Alright guys, so make sure you are taking a picture of your exit ticket when you're finished, because that is what you need to upload onto Seesaw for math. Have a wonderful Wednesday. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye.